the weight of grades the moment Mr. Hargrove slid the altered transcript across his desk. The air in the guidance office felt thick with the scent of old paper and the faint metallic tang of disappointment. I stared at the document, my fingers hovering over it as if touching it might make the bees disappear. My senior year, my life had been a series of A's, straight A's, the kind that made my mom's eyes light up when I showed her my report cards, the kind that made my lab partners whisper in awe when I explained my calculations. Now they were erased, replaced with B's, as if my hard work had been a mistake. Mr. Hargrove leaned back in his chair, his fingers steepled together, as if he were doing me a favor. "It's for equity," he said, his voice smooth, almost casual. The word hung in the air like a blade. Equity. Like that was an explanation. I swallowed hard. "You can't do this," I said, my voice barely above a whisper. He just shrugged. "Already did." The room seemed to tilt. My stomach dropped and for a moment I thought I might vomit. Not just grades, they were proof. Late nights in the library, the hum of printers and the glow of screens, the way my fingers ached from typing up lab results. Summers spent in internships, the way my boss's eyes widened when I presented my findings, the way my mom's face lit up when I showed her my report cards. "Colleges are expecting my real GPA," I said, my voice rising. "They'll understand," he said, as if that made it okay. "Life isn't fair." That's when I knew he wasn't just wrong. He was proud of it. I asked to call my parents. He let me, but he hovered like a warden, his arms crossed, his expression unreadable. The phone rang twice before my mom answered. I barely got the words out. Asterisk, "Mom, I need to talk to you about my grades." Asterisk, before she cut in. Asterisk, put him on speaker. "Now." Asterisk, Hargrove's smirk faltered when he heard her voice. It was sharp, no nonsense, the way it got when she was about to dismantle someone's bad logic. "Mr. Hargrove," she said, her voice cutting through the air like a knife. Asterisk, "are you telling me you changed my son's earned grades without permission?" Asterisk, his throat bobbed. "It's for the benefit of the..." Asterisk, "the benefit of who exactly?" Asterisk, her voice was ice. Asterisk, "because from where I'm standing, the only person benefiting here is you, avoiding the embarrassment of having a student outperform your expectations." Asterisk, he hung up fast like the phone had burned him. "Your mother's upset, but the decision is final," he said, his voice smooth again. "Show me the original transcript." He shook his head. "It doesn't exist anymore." I stood up, my chair scraping against the tile floor. "I'm not leaving here until you do." 20 minutes later, my dad walked in. Normally, he was the guy who diffused tension with a bad joke, the way he'd crack a joke about the school's terrible Wi-Fi to lighten the mood. Not that day. His jaw was set, his voice low. Asterisk, "show me what you did to my kids' grades." Asterisk, Hargrove hesitated. "I don't think..." Asterisk, "show me." Asterisk, his hands trembled as he opened the file. Dad didn't need to read it. He'd memorized my grades from every parent-teacher conference. His finger jabbed at the page. Asterisk, "this is a C in calculus. My son has a 98 in that class." Asterisk, "adjustments were made for..." Asterisk, "for what? For making other kids feel bad? Or for making you feel better because you couldn't handle having a student succeed?" Asterisk, Dad's voice dropped to a whisper. Asterisk, "no, you're done." Asterisk, 2 days later, Hargrove was on administrative leave. The school reinstated my grades. Asterisk, after asterisk, my dad threatened to go to the press with the story. MIT never knew. Neither did Harvard, who accepted me a month later. But here's the thing. Hargrove wasn't wrong about life not being fair. He just picked the wrong battle. Fairness isn't about dragging the top down. It's about giving everyone the chance to climb up. And that day, I learned the difference between equity and envy. One lifts people. The other just tears them down. I still think about that day sometimes. Not because of the grades, but because of the way my parents stood up for me. The way they made me see that some battles aren't worth fighting. And that some people, like Mr. Hargrove, are only ever interested in their own comfort, no matter how much it hurts others.